What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans have heavily invested into their offense, and I don't think they're done. They are still talking to players, and this is only getting me excited for whoever the Houston Texans will be selecting with the second overall pick in this upcoming draft. But before we get into that, guys, welcome everyone. I drop daily Houston Texans content here, and if you are a Houston Texans fan, you know times are going to get better, and times right now are very exciting with the realization that a rookie quarterback will be starting week one. Whether it's CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, AR-15, Will Levis, those are the top four to me. Well, you want to know that this front staff went out there and tried to get them the best available players at every position group. And I can honestly say the Houston Texans have tried to do that. They've added players to the offensive line. They added players to the wide receiver group. They added players to the running back group. Speaking of that, right now the Houston Texans are talking to Devin Singletary, leading rusher for the Buffalo Bills, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, 38 catches this season. Can you imagine a 1-2 punch of Dameon Pierce and Devin Singletary, who is still only 25 years? He has a lot left in the tank. A 1-2 punch is definitely what this Houston Texans offense need. And when you already said that you were going to run the ball, what better than two bruising running backs? And like I said, Devin Singletary can catch out of the backfield. That to me would be absolutely exciting. You also go out there and make Laremy Tunsil the highest paid left tackle in the NFL. I have the tweet here from Ian Rappaport. Per St. Omni, Texan star left tackle Laremy Tunsil is once again the highest paid tackle in the NFL history, securing a 3-year deal worth $75 million with $50 million fully guaranteed and $60 million in total guarantees. The blindside protector does a true reset on the market. Tunsil representing himself as he should. He deserves every bit of that guaranteed money. Laremy Tunsil is the best left tackle in the NFL. It is criminal that he was not given the All-Pro nod. But with the additions that we are getting and with the amount of media attention and love that we are now getting, we will start to see Laremy Tunsil enter that superstar status because success is on the way. Another trade that you made was Shaq Mason. Now, this is one of my favorites out of free agency. Well, out of the Laremy Tunsil re-signing. Shaq Mason is a top 10 guard in the NFL, an elite pass protector, a very good run blocker. Only one sack allowed this season. 29 years old, will be 30 by the time it starts. And you are in contract talks about extending him. The offensive line we know is huge for a QB, especially a rookie QB. We've seen Derek Carr and we saw Deshaun Watson get absolutely murdered out there. You don't want to have that repeat itself. By re-signing the best left tackle in the NFL and by getting a top 10 guard, you are showing that whoever you draft, they will be well protected. And then you also have to think about the running game that is going to be much more better by this improved offensive line. I love it so far, and I think that Nick Caserio has hit it out the park. It looks like the Houston Texans will be drafting a center, and there is a number of them, and it just gets me excited for the rest of free agency. Also, Ryan Kelly, center for the Colts. Will he be cut? Will he be traded? If he is cut, look for the Houston Texans to immediately snag him up. This is just exciting times, man. I can see this offensive line being built. When you talk about the weapons, who is this quarterback going to be throwing to? Noah Brown, who I haven't talked about, had a career year, 43 catches, 555 yards, I think 3 touchdowns. Was drafted in the later rounds and really made a name for himself with the amount of injuries that the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver room had. And he is a blocking wide receiver. That is exactly what this 49er style offense that the Houston Texans are going to be adapted and needing. And this wide receiver group, there is no number one. Nico Collins hasn't solidified himself yet. Robert Woods at this stage in his career is not a number one, and we will talk about him later. This could be a moment for Noah Brown to step up and make a name for himself. That would absolutely be crazy. Now, Robert Woods, who I just talked about, you traded for him, played 17 games after an ACL tear. You need the leadership in that wide receiver room now that you traded Brandon Cooks away to the Dallas Cowboys for a 5th-round pick this year and a 6th-round pick next year. I am glad that Brandon Cooks is gone. And honestly, I think that Robert Woods will be more successful in this style of offense now. And I like the fact that he played a full 17 games after coming off an ACL injury. And this is just some of the few moves that Nick Caserio has made to make this offensive better. You guys let me know how you feel about it. As always, go Texans. You guys have a very blessed day.